you to make it in our society that you can talk about killing yourself, destroying your people, corrupting your people, and we will reward you. So, of course, black people are going to say, well, I don't give a fuck. I'm just getting to the bag. Or they can laugh at me all they want. I'm counting that money. Ha, 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 ha. And this is why we are where we are. Because those black people don't care how many black people that die or are killed, even their own family. They don't care as long as they got the bag. And guess what? The white man don't care because he makes the money. He prints the money. So they don't care how much money they give us to keep us where we are. And this is where the people are delusional at, because they looking at the system and they're saying, well, they can't hate us that much. They made this black man a billionaire. They made this black man a multimillionaire. Or well, they took care of this black person. Oh, well, look at how this black person has a celebrity status, right? You're a black rapper and you VIP. People coming and paying money, hundreds, thousands of dollars to see you perform. You're famous. Because fame to black people is just a nudge above white folks to them, right? That's how a lot of black people look at it. That in order for me to be equal to these white folks or be above them, I got to be famous. If I'm famous, then I'm above these white folks, or I'm on par with these white folks, right? Forget about who's it destroying. Forget about the black community. Forget about everything, right? Destroy the black family. Corruption, right? Starting with the black men. So now, we already know what happened. As I said before, crack cocaine, gangster rap, hip hop music, or what have you, it comes along. It is making an impression on young black men because these young black men don't come from a family that has generational wealth. They don't see a father figure that can show them how to be successful and how to become a real man, how to be successful being themselves or learning a skill, learning a trade, doing exactly what white people are doing, right? They don't see that because the black men have been corrupted and they're in prison. Now enter that Trojan horse that is hip hop to show young black men how to be men. So now these young black men without a father figure, without a male in the house, right? They don't know who to look to be successful. So they look to TV. They look to the black rapper who's showing them crime, showing them to get money. Either you're going to be a drug dealer or you're going to be a musician. You're going to be a rapper. You're going to be an athlete. This is how you get to the bag. And this is what we follow. There is no way that we can all sit here and agree that the message that's attached to hip hop is good for black people. When we look at everything that they've taken away from us and we look at hip hop and say, oh, this must be good because it has an award show or award ceremonies. Everything, all of the assassinations, everything that they took from us, Black Wall Street, right? Every movement that we had to grow as a people, economically in any capacity, they control or they take away, but they let us keep hip hop because hip hop is just that damn good for us, right? So if it's about, hey, keeping black people in poverty and, you know, this whole structure of white supremacy, and we look at hip hop and we look at the entertainment community that they own, they control, and they giving us that. What does that tell you? That in order for you to have success in this system, in their system, you have to be under their control. This is a very, very, very elaborate con, deep system that we have been bamboozled into, that we basically fall victim to. And at this point now, with all the information that's out there, we only have ourselves to blame for it. I'm not trying to hear the white man in 2025. I'm not trying to hear that shit no more because we have YouTube. We have enough information out there for people to understand what's going on. We know right and wrong. How can you look at hip hop music? How can you look at everything that we're seeing with all these rappers and everything they're talking about and say this is black culture? This is what we stand for. And black people are proud of this shit. And I scratch my head every time I see it. I just don't understand it. Why are y'all so proud of this corruption? How are you proud of hip hop culture and them saying that your culture is about selling drugs and killing each other? Black women twerking and doing everything for money and side niggas and side bitches and everything that surrounds hip hop culture. How can you agree that this is our culture, then get mad when a black person is killed by a white person and say Black Lives Matter? But when a black person kills a black person or when a black person raps about killing a black person, nobody says shit. I guarantee you, if a white rapper came out and his lyrics were predominantly about killing niggas, y'all will be on his ass. So what's the difference? What's the difference? Right? So understand, this is so psychological. It's so much of a con. It's so big, it's so elaborate. And it takes a conscious person to look at it and understand it. But you have so many people who don't care no more, who just about the bag. We go back to the same economic situation that they was in back when hip hop started and say, you know what? I don't care. I'm willing to destroy my people and destroy our image for that bag. I wanted to destroy my image and destroy myself for that bag. I don't care how much surgery you want me to get. I don't care how much Botox you want me to get. I don't care how many niggas you want me to kill or talk about killing, whatever it is. And this is what's happening to us. So again, you know, people ask me this question about Black unity and will we ever have it? I always tell them no, because we don't understand what the problem is. There is no fucking way today in 2025 we should be fucking promoting hip hop the way it is now. We should be marching, which we never have done. We should be marching against hip hop. You want to spark a revolution? You want to spark economic change? You got to get rid of hip hop. And this is what Black people are not willing to do because they believe it's our culture, it's our voice. They see how white people react to it. They see how white people love it, right? So now you want to dress like a rapper and dress like a thug, a gangster, what have you, because you like that fear or the image and how you have a positive reaction to it or even a negative reaction to it. Again, it's the image. It's the image, and the image is everything. So now this image that we have adopted and we have accepted, that they have shown to white America is a problem for America. That this image promotes destruction, death, violence, or what have you. And we choose this image. And then we wonder why we get racially profiled. We wonder why a white woman clutches her bag in an elevator or across the street when they see a Black person, and we scream racism. Right? What the fuck do y'all expect? When we proudly and boldly blasting hip hop music driving down the street, not realizing that this shit is all a part of the plan. And yeah, you should be able to play whatever you want. You should be able to look any way you want to. But again, man, stop playing. Because I hate when people play semantics and play stupid, right? If I put on a fucking ski mask and I'm walking towards you with a gun in my hand, what do you think is about to happen? You about to ride me. I'm crossing the street, right? So I don't care what you look like. That's that image, that stigma is pinned to your look, your image. What y'all don't understand, that stigma is pinned to your look, your image, your fucking skin complexion. We let them do this to us. So it doesn't matter what you think. You walking into that interview, no matter what kind of suit you got on, you Black, you a nigga. It don't matter what kind of car you driving, you Black. We allowed this to happen to where after all the shit we've been through and we fought for, and we got to a point to where we were ready, we were poised, man. We were poised to pass they fucking ass. And they knew it. And they rode out that Trojan horse that is hip hop. And we still in this fucking situation to this day. And I keep seeing video after video of Black on Black crime. Niggas killing each other over stupid shit. You have a fucking Black rapper in Philadelphia rapping about positivity and they kill this nigga. They kill him. You know, I see so much crime and so much Black violence and Black people being killed, and we still go out here and praise these rappers that's rapping about that shit. How can your son or your family member get shot and killed in the street on some street shit, and then you go and blast your music that's promoting that same shit? What's wrong with y'all? It's the brainwashing. It's the Trojan horse. It's the destruction of the Black family that's been keeping them in power for all this time. Now, I know there's going to be people that's going to say, well, I listen to hip hop music all the time. I don't want to go sell drugs or kill Black people. I went to college. I have a good job. But I can eat peanut butter. Right? I can eat shellfish. Some people can't. Some things affect people differently than others. Plain and simple. You're just not wired that way. Maybe you have good morals. You come from a good background. You have a sound mind for whatever reason. You're not affected. Good for you. But there are people who are. Just like you have a job, there's people that's living on the fucking street that's homeless, right? Their situation is different from yours for whatever reason, right? So, clear as day, there's data. There's information out there. Even on fucking Google. Google will tell you the power of music. So even on Google, it says here, yes, Music can be used to induce a trance-like state that some people describe as similar to hypnosis. However, it is important to note that music-induced states are more accurately described as a voluntary, self-controlled change of consciousness rather than a true hypnotic state. While music can be a powerful tool for relaxation and altered states of consciousness, it doesn't inherently hypnotize the mind in the same way that a hypnotherapist might use verbal suggestion. Music can induce a trance-like state by influencing thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This can be achieved through various musical elements like repetition, steady beats, and calming melodies, right? So, as I said, music can hypnotize you. Yes, you heard it right. The basic feature of hypnosis is repetition, just as the main ingredient of any music is repetition. A repetitive beat, ideally in the range of 72 beats per minute, close to the beat of the human heart, is very hypnotic. The repetitive drum beat can generate an altered state of consciousness, and it can place the listener's mind into a dangerous state of suggestive hypnosis. In such hypnotic state, the messages of the songs become imprinted on the minds of their listeners without any critical analysis. Their minds passively absorb what the song tells them. Deep within the forebrain is the region comprising limbic system. Emotions and feelings like aggression, fright, passion, love, hate, joy, and sadness all originate in the limbic system. Research shows that sex, drugs, and rock and roll are so strongly connected that they stimulate the same region in the brain that is the limbic system. When music is played, it acts much like an intoxicant in that it makes a person forget about his or her surroundings. It takes the mind into a delusional state. In the realm of the mind, there's mounting evidence that certain types of music have a negative effect on one's ability to think and learn, especially at the same time he or she is listening to the music. In addition, the hippocampus, which is part of the brain's limbic system, is involved in the formation of long-term memory that sometimes lasts forever. When people listen to music that acts on the limbic system of the brain, the sexual or aggressive messages of the songs become part of their character for the rest of their lives. Relationship of music to alcohol and drug use. Indeed, there is a profound relationship between music and drugs. Music temporarily paralyzes and hypnotizes our minds, just like narcotics such as alcohol, opium, heroin, and cocaine, as well as other addictive substances, such as tobacco. Jimi Hendrix, American guitarist, singer, and songwriter, said the following about the power of music in an interview with Life magazine published on October 3rd, 1969. I can explain everything better through music. You hypnotize people so where they go right back to their natural state, and when you get people at their weakest point, you can preach into their subconscious what you want to say. And again, this is all something that we all understand. We all understand this. And a lot of people just don't want to accept it. And that's the problem. That music has influence, and we have seen it throughout, since the beginning of hip hop. We've seen how music can influence the way we dress. We've seen how hip hop music influenced the things that we buy. Gucci, Prada, Louis, all that stuff we buy because of the influence of hip hop culture. The slang, the way we talk, everything. The influence of hip hop culture is global. We see how the white community respond to it. We see how Asians respond to it. We see the global impact that is hip hop music, right? And everybody, every single culture on the planet, every race of people on the planet has benefited from hip hop except for Black people. You have the small few that are the artists, the producers, the writers, the what have you, that benefit from it. That is all. It is the equivalent of the 1% of rich people that is running the world, equivalent to the 1% of Black people that's basically benefiting from hip hop. Plain and simple. So it's what we know to be true. It's what we don't want to accept. That's the issue, because of the way certain songs make us feel, the way we relate to certain artists, not understanding the ramifications of their music and how it has been sent to destroy us and to destroy the Black family. So image is everything, as I said, even with movies like Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, all those movies. So now today we have the shirts. The shirts are out. I have this shirt on for this particular reason, to show you guys the image that they want us to portray, what they want us to glorify, and what they want us to look to as being our culture. So I would never normally wear this shirt out, but I'm wearing it out for the purpose of this video. But understand, one, even in the movie Boys in the Hood, this message is trying to tell us exactly what's going on. Just like, Doughboy said in the movie, either they don't know or they don't show, or they don't care about what's going on in the hood, right? So what's going on in the hood? The killing, the level of deception, the type of schemes, the drugs, the self-destruction that's happening in the Black community. You would think somebody would be looking at all that, all the bodies, all the kids being killed, the addiction, everything that's coming out of there. You would think there would be somebody in some type of position of power that will look at all that and say, this isn't right. Something has to change. But it never happened. I talked about this before, and even in my book, I was saying, I always used to think that at some point, SWAT team or, the president, somebody is going to come to my neighborhood and see all the fucking crime and everything that's going on and do something about it because it's wrong. It's like, how is this being allowed? Yet it's allowed. And it's what's been going on in the Black community. And then it's glorified through music. It's glorified through movies. And then a lot of people who look at movies like Boys in the Hood and didn't even get the message. And it's like people looked up to Ice Cube character. They didn't look up to Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character. He was a pussy. He got out the car. He was a punk, right? We even look at the tragedy of what happened to Ricky, and people didn't learn from that. That movie was supposed to hit hard and get Black people to say, well, damn, this is not the way to go. But it didn't help. We didn't learn from it. It's more glorified for its violence than for the message. Same thing with, Menace to Society. Old Dog was the man. I want to go out like Old Dog, or Old Dog was the man. Nobody didn't harp on the message of the movie and really get it. South Central, all those movies that we grew up watching, people didn't take heed to the message in the movie. They took heed in the characters. It's the same thing that's happening with hip hop music. It's people taking heed in the people that's rapping and not the message, right? And the message is a message of destruction, and it's destroying our people. And that's what people are, promoting, not promoting what shouldn't be done. Again, I tell you guys, the corruption of the Black family is pivotal to their success, and they have succeeded. They've beaten us in that aspect, and we have helped them do it. Y'all gotta understand, man, reality is relative to your experience, right? You can grow up in the same house as a person, your brother, sister, what have you, and y'all go out into the world and y'all have different experiences that shape y'all course of life, right? You go and be a successful entrepreneur, she goes to prison. You go be an athlete, he goes to work at a grocery store, right? Same household, same parents, just different choices, right? And that's what it's about, those choices. And we can look at the whole culture of hip hop. We can look at everything I talked about with rap or what have you. You have to choose to be influenced by it, right? Now, some people are going to be influenced by it, and there's so many other things that play a role into them being completely immersed into hip hop as far as them, not benefiting from it. You're going to have others that's going to be inspired by the music and choose to write their own music. You're going to have others that's going to fall victim to exactly what I was just talking about, what I just read to you guys, as far as the hypnotic messages, the messages attached to the music that's going to cause them and go out and do the opposite. But that is also influenced by the trap of poverty that's been put out there, but them not having a father figure, with their mother not really being there for them the way they need them to be because they're a man, they need a man to raise them, whatever situation may be. Now, you have some strong Black women out there that can raise the Black man. They have done so, but it's not the case for everybody. So again, we got to stop looking at the very few successful instances that we have or examples that we have and say that pertains to all of Black people, because if it did, we wouldn't be in this situation. It does not. There's going to be some successful Black people, just like there's some non-successful white people. Just like there's some poor white people, right? The point of all this is for you to understand why we are still today in this situation. Because Black people have not figured out that hip hop was a Trojan horse, that it's here to destroy us. that it has been the driving force in our destruction as a people. And until we realize that, we're not ever going to have any success. So I gave you guys plenty of examples in this video. I talked about so much, and I have a whole bunch of videos I put out prior to this to get you guys into that correct understanding. Yeah, so hopefully you guys understand the message, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch and listen and what have you. I talk about this stuff a lot, so hopefully you guys get the message to understand how this affects us as a people, and understand what hip hop actually is and how it has been a Trojan horse and has been successful against us for years. So yeah, thank you guys for taking the time to watch. And Scholar Society members, make sure you guys check your emails or check the app for the new video. But yeah, thanks for taking the time to watch. See you guys next video. Peace.